Reframing Mindset podcast, where I clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, welcome back to Reframe Mindset podcast. When it's concept, this episode talk about that science again, closing time. That is actually something finding the right closing time and how frequently will it open. Those are stuff you have to contemplate as well. I guess it will depend on the type of business and season and all those stuff. So, but knowing that all those stuff will come in important time. So, yeah, it's actually nothing long to say about it because that is another part of it. And I guess the last thing, I guess since it's so short, I just add the other stuff like report writing or to like report stuff. Like I said, I'm in a more advanced business, so like I'm seeing the stuff, and that's the thing. You're seeing the stuff, and it's like, oh, yeah, you're seeing the stuff, and it's like, eh, it's not easy to implement. And the thing about it that you're I'm telling you this stuff, but it's specific to different business. So what I'm doing is telling you is that all these stuff for science to do something, but for a different business, it may be very different. So it's just that these are general concepts. What happens that eventually when you actually implement it, you realize that so most of this stuff don't even work for this. But it's good to actually know them because you never know. I might open another type of business and all this stuff. There's other stuff you want to do. So it's like you have to just basically just have have those things in mind. Go there, see the different stuff, and it's like, oh yes. I guess the next thing is report writing, how to report stuff. Yeah, I mentioned that. And the last thing, yeah, because I don't think I'm going to actually do more of these stuff. I'm at the point now where I have a somewhat a stable job. So what I could actually do is more of the executing, not the planning, more of the executing where I basically learn and then try to apply what I've learned. So instead of you hear me talking about the concept, the theory. You just see that's being applied. Yeah. So the last thing would be like the human aspects and paternity, all these things, all these things, paternities, days of vacation, all those stuff. I mentioned it before, but those are stuff. What happens that in this business, what I realize is that there are laws, and that's the thing we actually go through open up business. I guess these things will just basically be simple thing where you can basically just read and be like, oh, these are stuff that I have to implement. And because that's the thing about starting a business. You have the stuff that you want to do and then the stuff that you have to do. So it's like, you know, paying people right, all these stuff. Those stuff are competent stuff. If you're a person, oh, I just want to start a business, passionate about science. Yeah, it's easier now, but you have the other business aspect as well. You have to basically think about. So it's just like when this basically just be like, okay, I will get used, understand these aspects as well. So when it's time, you just basically just execute. You just add in those stuff, and you basically just for most of the time you just focusing on the stuff that you want to do. Yeah, so that's basically it for this episode. I guess in the future, like near to 2020, end of 2024, you're gonna see some execution. That's basically what you're gonna see. Not you're less and more of the execution. You're gonna see these things being put into action or try to be put into action, and you'll be like, oh my god, that's so. Yeah. So that's basically it for this episode. Thank you for listening. I look forward for the next episode.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.